What's happening? Yeah, what's happening? What's that? That's it, you got it.
What is up, everybody? My name is Dane Thompson. Welcome back to another episode of What's Happening. So, quick recap for the week. Got some info for you guys. Got my sweet sweatshirt. My buddy Happel got his. I sent a few different sweatshirts out to the people that support me. Thank you very much for that. I also want to let you guys know, I'm not sure if I mentioned it here or not. I know I said it on Instagram, but 100% of the proceeds on the profit of any piece of merch, sticker, you name it, sold through BurnDown merch, it's BurnDownMerch.com, will be donated to kids. Cups for Kids is what I call it. But essentially all the profits will go to kids in need for the holiday season. I like to go, and there's a local church group, I believe they are, where it's a Lady Lioness Club. It's a Lioness Club. I don't even know what that is, but they set it up. They do a phenomenal job every year. They have lists of families with kind of stuff that they want. So they put everything in groups. So it's not like they just randomly give stuff to people. They actually kind of get things that they're hoping for, especially like the children. I focus on pretty much all the age groups, but I like to kind of swing for the little bit older age group because I feel like they get left behind a lot. Everybody always thinks of like little kids when they think of Christmas, and not some of the older ones that are almost like teenagers and whatnot. Anyway, enough of that. But if you buy something, just know that 100% of the proceeds go to the Cups for Kids, as I like to call it, program, which I will be doing. I'm thinking like 20 cups that'll actually sell directly, and then I'm going to auction off like 2 or 3, as I usually do, and we'll throw all that money in the pot for the kids as well. So it'll be a good time. It's coming up. I'm getting tired just thinking about it, but I'd like to put it out here because that sets it in stone, and then I can't back out and go, oh, never mind. So I'll be painting some cups. We'll be auctioning those things off, and then again, proceeds from all my cool stuff. So thank you to everybody that has ordered stuff. You guys have already been killer generous on that. I know I got some stickers and stuff to go out as well. So speaking of stickers and cool stuff, I got a new background, but I printed the thing and I thought it'd be kind of cool, and then I don't know, it's kind of tough to see, but kind of trying to step it up a little bit. I think I might get some decent lights so when I do these talking head videos, it's not as fluorescent-y, if you will. So we're stepping it up. A big thank you to SoCal Sticker Kings. If you guys need stickers, banners, all that stuff, he always helps me out and takes care of me, and we get cool stuff made like that all the time. So let's recap on the videos this week. Worked on the Maliboom. So I can put up a couple pictures because I've put pictures on Instagram. I've been just going gangbusters on the thing and kind of putting each panel as I go in high build. I know I haven't showed you guys that yet, but I'd like to get around to like a panel that I could show you guys possibly this weekend, maybe tomorrow. I'm supposed to start filming like tomorrow. I usually film on weekends. Tonight is Friday. I'm going to post this same night. So we'll see. It's supposed to rain though. So you might get videos of me wet sanding in the rain because I don't know what else to do. And I don't really want to slow down because on another side note, a good note, the 6.2 that I purchased for $150 without a main cap is rock and roll at the machine shop, ready to go as far as I am told, the block. So we put one sleeve in it. One of the sleeves was a little far out, so we put a new sleeve in. And then I did a line bore with a new main cap on there. So he says the thing's good to go. I knew the crank was good. He'll just polish that up and slam it in. But I have a buddy, I don't want to say any names, but you know who you are, thank you very much, who got me hooked up with, it's CP Carrillo, I believe it is. So they have a budget line. Their bullet pistons and rods is what's going to go in the 6.2. I know some of you guys are looking right now like, oh, that's not really budget stuff. But I really kind of wanted to go with the Summit brand stuff. And I'm just like you guys, I don't know anybody at Summit or anything like that, but I thought it might be a good fit for the program and what we're doing. And my buddy came to me and was like, dude, I can get you this. And it's essentially like a couple $100 more than what the Summit kit would run. So if you're getting away your options, it's like, well, you know, I feel like I'm getting a little bit better product. I mean, that may or may not be the case. I'm not knocking the Summit stuff. I've never tried it. I'd love to try this stuff, but if I have to purchase it and you said, hey, Dan, if for 200 bucks more you can have bullet stuff, well, there you go. So the other cool thing, if you guys know or do not know, is the 5.3, 6.0, and 6.2 all share the same rod length. So if you're thinking about building an engine or one of those particular motors, it's all a 6.125 rod, unless you want to do strokers or anything like that. But a stock rod length is a 6.125. So that helped my decision with buying a little bit better rod as well, because I will just continue to use this stuff. And if we knock a piston out or burn something or break the block or whatever, I should have majority of the rods still in decent shape, and I can get a one-off because it's shelf items and have it rebalanced, but it'll fit in a 5.3, 6-liter, or a 6.2. The 6.2 that's going in the car is going to be a unicorn, at least for me, and that kind of dough that you don't just fall in those every day. I got very lucky, and for once, instead of just taking something and getting rid of it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use this. I think that the hot rod gods placed it in my path so we could destroy it together, and it's gonna be fun. So at least if I knock a piston out of it, I'll still have those rods. Like I said, I can put them in. I can go get a junkyard boy, buy a set of pistons, throw them on those rods, and we are back to a piston and rod motor that we can beat the snot out of. So I'm pretty excited to upgrade, although I know some of you guys are gonna say that I don't really need to. And I get it, because at the power level I'm at right now, I don't really need it. But, like I said, I didn't pay that much for the engine. You figure the amount of money I'd have tied up in it, so on and so forth. I'm just kind of hoping it brings me a little luck, a little more stability, or a little more longevity out of this engine, because I'd really like to just kind of put this one together and then just get some seat time. And I'm hoping it makes enough power that we can play with suspension and stuff on the car. So with that, I also have a converter coming. I sold the converter out of the car to my buddy. So for pretty much what I bought it for, I got a pretty good deal on it. I had an FTI 9-inch or 9.5-inch billet, anti-balloon, all that fun stuff. And I reached out to Ryan Jans. He's the guy that spec'd and did the converter for the Twinnebago. It's still sitting here. Sorry, dude. We'll get to it. It'll be in there before we do LS Fest. But I have an HD lockup converter here for the Twinnebago that I haven't got around to putting in, and he spec'd, and we've got a converter on the way pretty soon here. I don't know, it'll show up, but it's for the Maliboom, and it'll give me a little more stall without being stalled so high that I can't street drive it, because it's supposed to go to Rocky Mountain Race Week, but it'll give me the room I feel that I need to get into the power band and get down the track. Although now I have a bigger motor, but if we ever go back to, like I said, 5.3, if we have to, if we blow things to pieces and we go get a junkyard boy and stick it in there, I'll still have the room, hopefully on the converter, to get that thing up into the power band, and hopefully make some good passes. So we got that. We took Rita to the track. Rita is doing phenomenal. My buddy Jay Bido is watching, and apparently, and it's funny because that's what we were thinking too, mostly Reid, because he's a lot smarter than I am. Let's be honest. But front suspension on the car, because it pulls the wheels, it hits the tire and unloads, it'll bring it up, and then it sets it down, and then it almost like pogos, like it bounces. And the power on the engine, it's not like the power comes in and goes out and comes back in. So that's all front suspension, allowing it to bounce like that. So we don't know if we need to just load the rear more and bring the wheels up and kind of carry them further, or if it's, who knows, if it's just the shock limiting that the shock needs to come up when it comes back down. It needs to kind of hold it up instead of letting it compress and unload the rear tires. But he's doing pretty good nonetheless. I mean, it's under a 1.560, which is faster than the car's ever gone. So it's like a 1.4 something. I put the slip up. I could throw it on the screen. But yeah, that is a 6.26 at like 112. So we were boogieing last Sunday with all the chaos that was going on. I mean, they were wrecking cars left or right. And I mean, I was kind of joke and smile and like talk to him and kind of just letting him know. But obviously, I know that he was feeling the pressure of guys wadding their cars up. But ultimately, we know the sacrifices. That's why you got to have safety gear, like DJ safety. You get belts, harnesses, your jacket, all those things, your helmet, stuff to keep you safe. And there's no need to be a hero at like a test and tune. If you're racing and it's $1 million grudge race, I get it. But if you're out at test and tune, we watched one of those cars out there. He whacked the throttle, got off it, got squirrely, got back in it, and he literally did it to himself. He just got his car so out of shape. Granted, the track didn't come around yet, or who knows what, but he was in and out of it, and I saw him swapping it and drag cars just don't handle, you know. And then if you start overcorrecting, if you really start trying to drive it too much in there, which is a natural reaction, that's what happens. You overcorrect and bad things happen, especially because the suspension, there's no sway bars. Once you start going side to side, it's just bad news. But yeah, so personal best for Rita. We got some engine parts coming. I got a converter coming. I believe I'm going to pull the fuel pump out of the car and sell that. And we're going to go with the Holley in-tank unit. Still waiting on some pricing for that, but just dual Walbro 450s. And then if that's not enough, one day we can just zip tie another 450, or you know, put a hose clamp on it and throw 3 of those boys in the pump in the fuel cell. And then the other thing that does for me too is I don't have foam or anything, any sort of filter in the fuel cell. So anything that comes out of the fuel cell goes into my pre-filter, and then it feels like it plugs up my post filter quite often because I clean that thing out a bunch and it's always kind of clogged. So having in-tank pumps will give me that sock that should filter the fuel hopefully well enough so it's a better micron, so I'm not plugging my post pump up so much. And then I'm really looking at that Holley Hydromat, and that thing not only does it filter, it basically replaces a baffle in a tank. That stuff is pretty killer. So if I get a hold of some of that stuff, I'll definitely share it with you guys and show you because it's really neat. But other than that, yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, well, I guess I could tell you guys, I lost one of my family members, I guess you could say. My pit lab mix we had to put her down today, so today was a bit rough. Although, she has a replacement, a recruit coming, so it's going to be a surprise for my son for Christmas, which is already, the deal's already kind of done, so we'll keep you guys posted on that. And the reason I'm sharing that is because I know you guys will sympathize with me. And then for 2, the new edition is going to be on the channel all the time, so we'll have a new edition. It's going to be a little pocket-sized thing, so I'm sure some of you guys will make fun of me for it, but it'll be fun. So we'll have a new little character to run around and hopefully give Peaches a run for her money, even though she's kind of getting old too. But yeah, so I figured I'd at least share that with you guys. It's something to look forward to, and I think you guys will enjoy it too. We got a pretty funny name and stuff picked out, so we will get there as soon as Santa drops that dude off, or the little dude, and then life will be good, and we'll get some fresh puppy blood around here, and it'll be awesome. But that is it. I hope you guys had a good week with all the craziness going on. I'm supposed to get rained on tomorrow, so I have no idea what I'm filming. Maybe I'll just go wet sand in the natural environment. So we'll do that, or maybe we'll figure out some super clean stuff or something. Oh, super clean. I got a giveaway coming next week too. So maybe I'll put all that stuff together, give you a little bit of time to think about it. So other than that, I'm going to quit dragging you guys down because I'm getting a little bummed thinking about stuff. But we will be back. We'll film this week. We'll keep our heads up, we'll keep rolling, and we'll keep at that car because it's starting to get exciting. It's starting to look like a car. Paint's going to be getting close pretty soon. I think after paint, we're going to put some tire on it, and then hopefully the motor kind of comes together and we start slamming that thing back together and hopefully make some passes before the end of the year here. So other than that, you guys know what to do. Keep it locked. I'm out.